Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the timeless machines that defined an era of pure automotive elegance. Today, we're turning our gaze to a true icon, the Mercedes-Benz 280 SL from the early 1970s, specifically the stunning 1971 example that still turns heads like it did when it first rolled off the Stuttgart assembly line back in '71. If you've ever dreamed of slipping behind the wheel of a car that blends effortless style, grand touring comfort, and just enough sporty soul to keep things exciting, then buckle up because we're about to take a comprehensive journey through every curve and contour of this beauty. From its legendary Pagoda silhouette to the refined power under the hood, I'll walk you through why this SL remains a collector's dream and a driver's delight, all while sharing insights on what makes it worth hunting down in today's market. Let's start by soaking in that exterior. The lure that first captured the world's attention over half a century ago. Imagine cruising up to a seaside cafe, and all eyes are on you, not because you're showing off, but because this car's design whispers sophistication without shouting. Let's begin at the front, where the 280 SL's grille commands respect like a silver star on a classic film poster. That iconic Mercedes emblem sits proudly in the center of a finely slatted chrome grille that's understated, yet unmistakably premium, flanked by dual round headlights that peer out with a focused, almost mischievous gleam. They're not overly aggressive like some modern LEDs. No, these are classic sealed beams that hark back to an age when headlights were as much art as function, housed in polished chrome rings that catch the light just right on a golden hour drive. Below them, the slim chrome bumper hugs the body low and tight, with optional overriders that add a touch of protective elegance without overwhelming the clean lines. The hood, crafted from lightweight aluminum to keep the front end nimble, sweeps forward with subtle character lines that guide your eye toward the expansive grille, creating a sense of forward momentum even when parked. It's a front end that's equal parts inviting and authoritative, designed by Paul Brack to evoke the grace of the legendary 300 SL while softening the edges for everyday allure, perfect for those spontaneous coastal runs where every glance in the rear view confirms you're piloting something special. Shifting our view to the side profile, oh man. This is where the 280 SL earns its Pagoda nickname and steals hearts outright. The long, low hood flows seamlessly into the cabin, with the wheelbase stretched just enough at 94.5 inches to promise stable, confidence-inspiring handling on sweeping bends. Those classic 14-inch steel wheels, wrapped in period-correct 185/80ths tires, sit perfectly planted within subtly flared fenders that hug the body like a tailored suit. No awkward overhangs here. Just balanced proportions where the front wheels kick up drama and the rears provide a grounded stance. Chrome side moldings run like a silver thread from the headlights back to the taillights, accentuating the gentle arc of the doors and drawing attention to the door handles that recess flush for that ultra-sleek 70s vibe. And then there's the top, with the soft convertible down. The lines are pure poetry, wind dancing over the sculpted rear deck. But pop on that removable hardtop and magic happens. The concave, temple-like curve dips inward at the roofline, creating that signature pagoda shape inspired by safety engineer Bella Bareni's rollover protection genius. It's not just pretty, it widens the interior view and adds structural rigidity, all while making the car look like it's floating on air. From the side, this SL measures about 169 inches long and 69 inches wide, compact enough for city jaunts, but with a presence that fills a parking spot like royalty. The subtle side markers, amber up front, red and back nod to US safety regs without clashing, and the overall silhouette, it's a masterclass in restrained glamour. Evoking roadsters from a bygone era, but built to conquer modern highways with ease. Now, circling around to the rear, the 280 SL wraps up its exterior symphony with a tail that's as composed as the rest. Dual taillights, round and chrome-ringed like the headlights, bookend a slim trunk lid that's just deep enough for weekend getaways. Think 2 overnight bags and a bottle of chilled rose without sacrificing that sleek fastback hint. The chrome bumper mirrors the front simplicity, with those optional overriders adding a symmetrical polish, while the exhaust tips peek out discreetly from below, twin polished pipes that hint at the inline six's refined growl without overwhelming the tranquility. The rear fenders taper gracefully, avoiding any bulbous excess, and with the top up, the Pagoda curve resolves into a subtle lip that enhances. Aerodynamics Mercedes claimed a drag coefficient that was ahead of its time, helping this Roadster slice through crosswinds like a yacht on calm seas. From behind, the 280SL looks poised, ready to launch into the horizon. Its 51.4-inch height keeping the center of gravity low for that planted feel. It's an aft end that doesn't scream for attention but commands it, proving that true style lingers in the details, like the faint Mercedes script on the trunk and the way the paint, in this case a factory-correct metallic silver, gleams under the sun, hiding the unibody's clever crumple zones that made it one of the safest sports cars of its day. No wonder over 23,000 of these were built. It's an exterior that's as photogenic today as it was in 1971, sliding inside now. You're stepping into a sanctuary where luxury meets logic. A cockpit crafted for long hauls and lazy afternoons alike. The door swings open with a solid, reassuring thunk thanks to that rigid passenger cell, and you're greeted by supple leather seats in cognac tan. The kind that molds to you over miles, with forward folding backs for easy access to the trunk. These buckets aren't overly bolstered for track days. They're wide and welcoming, with optional head restraints that nod to emerging safety standards, cradling you in perforated hides that breathe on warm days. The dash sweeps in burled walnut trim, a warm contrast to the black instrument cluster where VDO gauges glow with that vintage patina speedo and tack front and center, flanked by fuel, temp, and amps, all illuminated softly for night drives without glare. No overwhelming screens here, just analog purity, with a Becker radio tucked below vents that whisper cool air if you've specced the factory AC. A rarity that adds modern comfort to this classic vibe. The steering wheel, a thin-rimmed three-spoke wonder in leather-wrapped glory, connects directly to power-assisted rack and pinion steering that's light yet communicative, falling naturally into your hands at the padded hub. Door pockets are deep and elastic-lined for maps or sunglasses, sun visors flip down with vanity mirrors, and the center console houses the ashtray, lighter, and controls for the 4-speed automatic smooth shifts that let you focus on the road. Up front, two soles fit like gloves, with wood-rimmed shift knob within easy reach. And while it's a strict two-seater, the optional California Coupe variant hinted at rear jump seats, but here, the space behind flows into a carpeted well for the folded top, keeping things airy. Materials? Hand-stitched leather, real wood, and chrome accents that avoid flashiness. Its understated opulence, where the faint scent of aged hide and polish transports you to an era of refined escapes. Safety touches like the collapsible steering column and padded dash were revolutionary then, making this interior not just beautiful, but brilliantly thoughtful for open-top adventures. Of course, no deep dive into the 280SL would be complete without firing up that legendary heart under the hood and feeling what makes it sing on the open road. Pop the lightweight aluminum lid, and there's the M130 inline 6. A 2.8-liter fuel-injected mill that's the pinnacle of Mercedes SOHC. Evolution 2,778cc of smooth, torquey goodness pumping out 170 horsepower at 5,750 revolutions per minute and 195 pound-feet at 4,500. All breathing through mechanical injection for that instant throttle response. It's not a screamer like a modern AMG, but, oh, the character. A silky whine builds as revs climb, redlining at 6,600, with torque arriving early for effortless merges. In this automatic guise, 0 to 60 flashes by in about 9.5 seconds peppy for 71. Especially with the lowered usage spec rear gearing that trades a smidge of top end for quicker launches, capping at around 120 miles per hour, electronically limited for safety. Though purists with manuals swear by that 200 kilometers per hour potential. The 4-speed auto, a Mercedes staple, shifts with hydraulic grace, or opt for the rare ZF 5-speed for a more engaging dance. Underneath, it's pure W113 wizardry, independent suspension, all-around coils and wishbones up front with anti-dive geometry to keep the nose planted under braking. And a swing axle rear with transverse springs that's compensated for camber changes, delivering a ride that's plush over potholes yet composed through corners. Power steering lightens the effort without numbing feedback. And 4-wheel disc brakes, vented up front haul this 2,910-pound Roadster down from 70 in just 233 feet, confident and fade-free. Fuel economy? Expect 18 mpg combined, thirsty by today's standards but par for the era's Grand Tourer ethos. On twisty back roads, it corners with neutral poise, the low 51-inch height and 58-inch track width fostering grip that surprises understeer if pushed. But dial back the throttle and it settles into rhythm. It's not about lap times. It's the joy of momentum, wind in your hair with the top down, that exhaust note harmonizing with the waves. This SL performs like a trusted companion, blending sports car Aggie